On two. Ready? Hey!
Yo, what's going on?
Man, you know what it is, man. It's Sunday, so you in the right place for the Football Frame of Mind weekly show, man. So today we got another installation of interview time with the Football Frame of Mind. You like that? It's got a good spin to it, all right? So we doing our thing, man. We got a surprise for y'all. Y'all seen the thumbnail, man. So y'all know we got somebody big time up in here, all right, man? So before we introduce him, man, Brandon, how you doing?
It's good, man. Today's a really good day. Grateful to be here and grateful for our awesome special guest, man. We grow in places. Anybody who likes this kind of content, make sure to smash the like button and subscribe. It really helps with the algorithm to make sure we get these kind of videos out to the people who like them. If you like college football, if you like NFL in any capacity, subscribe. It's completely free. You won't be disappointed.
Won't be disappointed at all, man. So without further ado, let's introduce our very special guest, man. So he is Louisiana through and through. All right. From the boot, by the boot, played at the boot, right? LSU linebacker, NFL All-Pro, Pro Bowler. We counting the time before he gets 1,000 tackles. All right, it is happening. We know it's happening, right? You know, he played on my team. Now he's on the rival team, but we go get into that. Right? Without further ado, national champion, like I said, all pro bowler, Patrick Queen, you guys.
Welcome.
Appreciate it, fellas. Appreciate
you, brother.
Hell yeah, man. So we, like I said, we appreciate you for giving us your time, man. Like I said, we grateful for that. So I'll start off the question, man. So I gotta know, you're from Louisiana, right? Was LSU always the goal school for you?
I think deep down it probably was, but I think like because 9th grade Corey Raymond was recruiting me and they was like, hey, we're gonna offer you. Then 10th grade come, I'm hearing the same thing, hey, we're gonna offer you. So in their 10th grade year, Ole Miss offered me. And you know, I kind of like the Ole Miss deals with Chad Kelly and Laquan Treadwell and all those, you know, big receivers. They was always scoring a lot of points and stuff. And it just, you know, I was attracted to them for what reason, I don't know. But I really wanted to go there. And the linebacker coach that was there, I really knew well. And they went and offered me. So I was kind of like on the verge of almost being a rebel. I had a rebel cake for my 16th birthday. So I was damn near about to go to Ole Miss, and LSU finally offered, and I just committed on the spot. I think Les forced me to commit right there on the spot, but yeah.
Wow. So you were like that close?
I was close. If LSU would have waited like another 3 months, 4 months, I probably would have been a rebel.
That would have been a much different outcome, to say the least.
Yeah, way different.
I mean, it don't seem like a bad fit though if you think about it, because you know they started that land shark thing. You're a fast linebacker, so I mean, hey, it fits.
It definitely fits. We would have made it work. I was gonna make it work regardless. I wasn't gonna trip.
Okay. Nah, that's interesting, man. Because like I said, we've had a few LSU guys on here, and like I said, everybody that we had always said LSU was like, hey, if it wasn't them, you know, it was gonna be somewhere else. But that was the top priority, man. So I fuss with that. Man.
Okay. So out of curiosity, like obviously LSU is a brand that's unlike anywhere else in the country altogether. Mm-hmm. I don't think anywhere else compares, just from a culture fit, the vibe, the area, the community. How would I say? You go from getting recruited by Les. Obviously, Les, you know, isn't in the picture anymore. Coach O comes in. You know, they're starting to build. It starts out a little slow, but like at what point? Because obviously everybody talks about 2019 LSU being the greatest team ever. I'm biased. I would say yes, that's true. But like, at what point, like, did like, because as a team, like when you know you have something special, I feel like it's everybody can genuinely feel it's like, okay, we got something really special here. Like leading up to that season, like was there a moment that you could recall and be like, man, like we could really run the table and do something serious going into
Yeah,
that?
yeah, without a doubt. I think that sophomore season we had, everybody could feel like how good we could be. Like we was just a few plays away from being in the playoffs. And going into the offseason, I think guys were the most locked in they ever been. Guys were getting older, more experience, a lot more reps throughout the spring. And something about the spring is that's when everything clicked because I remember we just was getting killed all spring. Um, and it was just one practice we practiced in the stadium, and offense was lighting us up. Then defense started getting on a roll. Then fights breaking out here and there. Guys was hitting the quarterback. I was hitting the quarterback. It was just a whole bunch of stuff going on. And like, I remember my dad was saying like, my freshman year, like we used to have like all the family and stuff come to practice, and we'd be talking after practice and stuff. And I remember like it was me, Ty Harris, Jacoby Stevens, Jacob Phillips, Tyler Taylor, Justin Jefferson, and we was all sitting in this one circle. Caleb Von Chason was there too. We was all sitting in this one circle, and we was just like, my dad was like, bro, y'all gonna win it y'all third year. Like, when y'all get old enough, y'all gonna win it. It was just crazy. He kept saying it. Then he said it our second year. Then our third year got there. And he was just like, y'all gonna win it this year. And it's just crazy to think about it because he was really saying that, like, you know how people always say stories about, oh yeah, like LeBron, he always got a story, but people be saying lying. My dad actually like really did say that, and it's just crazy to see that actually happened when he said it was gonna happen.
Hey, that look, like I said, you see the shirt, man. I'm an Alabama guy, right? I have to say, man. I said, what was that 20? That's 2019, 2019
Mhm.
for LSU. And so I said, look, it's either gonna be us or them.
Yeah.
I said, look, it don't matter who it is. We winning the title or they winning the title. Whoever come out this game, winning, right?
Yeah.
So I have to know, man, the atmosphere around that game, right? Like I
Hmm.
said, me and Brandon go back and forth with our LSU and Alabama fandom,
Yeah.
right? So we've been apart and have seen a couple of games of the century, right? So
Hmm.
where it's a lot, as we say on the fan side of things, it's a lot of NFL money on the field
Hmm.
because regardless of who you see on both sides, a lot of them guys is playing on Sunday or they playing in Canada or whatever, but they gonna be playing professionally somewhere, right? But
Hmm.
that particular game, man, it felt different, right?
Yeah.
What was that atmosphere like in that game?
Man, it's crazy that you asked that because I don't think I've been asked that before. I remember the first 2 years we played Bama, and like practices were super intense. Like everybody was walking around uptight and stuff. Um, and we coming into that game off a bye week. I think we played Auburn before that bye week, and that was a nail biter.
Yeah, that
So
was a good
then
one too, man.
that was a crazy one. So
Yeah.
we had like the whole freshman practice that whole week of the bye week, and then we came in on Monday. And I remember, we wait for Coach O. Coach O walks in last and stuff. So Coach O walks in, and he's like, "Come on, we gotta go." Like, sense of urgency, and you could just like feel the whole room tight. And Joe like stood up and like stopped him from talking. It was like, "We're not doing that this year. We don't need to be tight. We don't need to have our assholes all in a bunch. Like, just everybody, just relax, chill the hell out. We got this. We're gonna win. Like, just don't even worry about it. We got it." And I think from that moment forward, it was just like, yeah, we locked. Like, it's over. Like, we're not losing this game. No way.
Yeah, man. And from my perspective, man, I was like, dude, like this guy, like Joe Burrow, I'm speaking of, I was like, this guy is legit having
Yeah.
a surgical season, you know? And to the point where it's like you guys weren't just beating people, it was how you were beating people, right? And I'm like, if they can score 40 points a game, their defense can stop anybody from getting 40
Yeah.
easily. I
Yeah.
was like, yo, they got athletes, man. Right? But I was like, yo, they are beating people on special teams. They beating them on defense. They beating the hell out of them on offense. But I was like, this is a complete team, right? And from the Bama perspective, I was like, you know what? We match up against them though. Like we got some stuff, right? But I said there's one person that really changed everything in my opinion, and that was Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I said, we don't have nobody for him. Like, I was like, yo, what are we doing? I seen
Yeah.
dude line up at receiver and juke the linebacker and the safety
Yeah.
at the same time. I
Yeah.
was like, yo, if he line up, if they go 5 wide and split him out,
That's over with.
I'm like, yo, who gonna cover him?
That's
Bro,
over with,
he
dog.
was giving me that working spring. Like, bro, spring practice was pissing me off so bad because they kept having me on the option route with this man, bro. I was getting cooked in spring practice. I actually broke my thumb one practice trying to guard this man. And bro, it was just, bro, it was crazy. That dude, I think he's probably the most underrated player from that team. Like,
Oh my gosh.
he don't get the credit. Like everybody always
Yeah.
says, Joe, Jamar, Jay Jets, like obviously, like rightfully so. But that dude, Clyde was an
Dude's
underrated
nice.
piece. He was underrated because you had to account for him. Like it wasn't like,
Mhm.
oh, he's just a back. Like they run the ball behind
Mm-mm.
the offensive line. Nah,
Mm-mm.
he get
I
that
was-
ball, or he getting space, and he got to run a route.
That's over with.
He's gonna get
Yeah,
dangerous.
I was like, yo, man, like we ain't got no answer for him. And early in that game, it showed, man. Like he was killing us on the wheel route, the option route. You know, like I said, we had pretty good linebackers, but I was like, yo, you ain't got nothing for that. And then you got to go 1-on-1 with Chase and and Jefferson. So
Pick
They
your
it's
still
like
had Moss in them too.
and you had
weapons
Moss
for
at
days.
tight
You had
end.
Moss and
Yep.
you had Terrace Marshall too.
Yep,
And then you
Terrace
had
Marshall,
to
Terrace
account-
Marshall. Everybody forget about them too. It's just like, bro, we was stacked. Like and that's why I be
Loaded.
like getting into the conversations. Like everybody who won a natty, and I bet they're a teammate in the NFL. They're like, oh, we would have beat y'all. Like, bro, I understand y'all had talent, and like the talent gets better every single year, but y'all don't have a person to match up with every single person on our team. Like, it's not happening.
Mismatch.
It's not
Nah,
happening.
man. Like I said, me and Brandon go back and forth, man. And I'm
That
like,
Bama team
hey,
was really the only team that could match up.
yeah.
Mhm.
And I go back and forth. I'm like, that's the only team, right? And I get it. Like I said, when we talk about the best teams ever, I think you only get on the list when you win the national title. That's just my opinion, right? You can't be the best unless you win it all, right?
Mhm.
So, and I'm thinking about like those the Miami Hurricanes teams, and I had to go through it. I was like, yeah, that's a team that could match up to them. But the only difference is what rules are we playing by, right? Because the early 2000 rules
That's a
is
different game. That's a different game. That's why I say you
Different
can't.
game.
That's why I say you got to compare everything. I feel like you can't compare 2019 football to 2001 football. Like it got to be it got to be a cutoff somewhere because that they line up our formation. We not the same type of players that
Nobody's running that anymore.
We don't have 250-pound inside linebackers no more. So it's like it's a different type of game. So it's like,
Yeah.
Is it gonna be whoever could score the most points type of game, or is it gonna be like, So it's just. I feel like comparing those two teams is tough. It's always tough. Like what that was 2005 USC.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's just hard to compare because it's a different type of ball game.
Yeah, like I said, man, I think star power and stuff like that makes a difference, right? But I do think that LSU, in my opinion, because I'm like a SEC guy, right? And I love the Miami Hurricanes because that's just kind of how I grew up, right? But like I'm an SEC guy, so I really do think the schedule that y'all played or the conference that you guys are in, it makes a difference in my opinion because the Hurricanes at the time were playing in the Big East, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So the Big East wasn't necessarily the top guys, right? They just had really good players. And that's cool because that shows how dominant they were. But playing against the Auburns, the Mississippi States of the world, right?
Yeah.
You're playing against, hell, even Mizzou gives people some problems, right? So like you playing against teams that give you a variety of different attack schemes. So that's kind of the thing that I think gives y'all the edge over them if we're talking hypothetical matchups, right? That going against those teams is crazy in my opinion.
Yeah.
So you kind of touched on Coach O, and when we talk about like the vibe, I feel like he's like the embodiment of what you expect LSU to be just through and through. And obviously you weren't on the team and the regime that happened after that. But just from like the outside looking in, playing for a coach that really lights a fire under you, who can really get the most out of you, who really like lives the culture, is the fit.
Yeah.
Then you see a guy like Brian Kelly, just from the outside looking in, who doesn't really fit the culture, who never really bought in, and just didn't ever really seem like a really good culture or vibe fit with the players. Like going from a guy like Coach O to watching a guy like that come in and seeing kind of the debacle that was, like, what would be like your opinion like on the difference?
Love Coach O.
I think Coach O is truly Louisiana. Like I think your school, wherever you go and you coach at, you have to be that. Like if you're gonna be a Cali coach, you got to be able to recruit Cali. You got to be able to beat Cali. Like you can't be like a Southern. You might be good pass with a Southern coach up in Cali, but you ain't passing with an East Coast guy going to Cali.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like it's just LSU coach. You're gonna be an LSU guy. Like you got to be a Southern guy. And I think Coach O was that through and through. Like he knew the recruits. He knew every single recruit. He knew what they like. He knew their parents. You know, it's just a difference when your coach actually knows people and actually care about people. And I kind of see with Ryan Kelly, like, and even hearing stories, like he was just hard to reach. Like, you know, there was guys that I heard about, like, just I don't know. I don't want to put nobody business out there, but it was just tough to mess with them. Like, you know, if you're a player and you don't feel like your coach got your back no matter what, that's tough. Like Coach O would get on you in a game, and everybody's seen it, but he wouldn't like just spaz for no reason. Like it had to be really warranted for him to like go absolutely AWOL on you. And you could see Ryan Kelly on plays. He was just like the littlest thing happened, he's spazzing, crashing.
Dude, I mean, for everything, bro. Like,
yeah,
that
like,
what was that game a couple years ago when they lost to USC in that opening game because they were notorious for dropping, banging, and like, don't get me wrong, like from a coach, I want to see that fire, like I want to see that you care, but like at the same time, like there has to be like a line.
You gotta tone it down. Yeah, you gotta
tone it down because
especially if you want your players to have your back. Yeah, like if you spazzing on your play, especially now today, like everything's an attention thing and. Everything's being seen. Like your players are gonna feel a certain type of way because then they go on Twitter or Instagram, whatever it may be, and it's gonna be that clip.
And I make an example. Like I don't want to go too deep into it, but like you've seen, like obviously you have the season going on. You're not watching every game, but like when you have the thing with your starting quarterback who's dealing with an injury, that's pretty obvious. Well, that and I just feel like he was not disrespect, but like you're kind of just throwing your quarterback under the bus. And I just feel like that's kind of something you don't do. Like, yeah, you can hold your players accountable, but like that's the leader of your team. Like that's who, you know, that's who galvanizes all the other guys. Like you can't do that. I feel like you kind of lose a lot of respect when you do business like that.
That was bad. I think especially because everybody knew Nuss was good the year before. And you get more talent. You don't regress like that, like not like that. And him knowing us being an LSU guy, like he was just gonna fight no matter what. And he wasn't the type of person he is. He's not gonna say, "Well, I'm being forced" or anything. Obviously that would look bad, and he's just not the type of person he is. But if you're a head coach and you really do care about your players, you're not putting them in that situation to go out there hurt like that, and you're putting your team at a disadvantage. So, that's kind of all of it, really. Honestly,
that's like a night and day comparison, though, and even Les Miles, really just like you had three guys on a row who really just fit. And you could tell that they would go to war with their players and they would stand up for their players and they expect a certain standard. And it feels like with him, it's like he didn't fit the culture. And it's like he never really set the standard properly. So I feel like when a lot of the stupid stuff starts happening in the media and he's saying all this stupid stuff, I feel like you're losing a lot of your players' respect. And on paper, they had like a top 5 roster in the whole country. But just couldn't put it together, you know?
I think it was a lot of things, especially like you talk about culture and you like talk about a standard. I remember me and Torrey Carter went over there and worked out one day and we was working out. He tried to kick us out the weight room, but he wasn't coming down and do it himself. He sent the strength coach in there to do it. So Torrey, you know Torrey Carter crazy, he throw it off. He like pointed to the banner. He said, "When y'all get one of these motherfuckers, then y'all can tell me to get out." Yeah, so it was just like stuff like that. Like Coach, when I was in high school and we come up to the thing, Coach O would be like, "Hey, y'all come in here, what y'all want? Like, what's ours, yours? Like that's LSU. That's the standard. That's what you build on and stuff." And like the other guy wasn't that like from day one, and then.
Well, dude, from the jump with that fake accent, like, what are we doing?
From day one, like.
Yeah, man. And like I said, outsider looking in, I was like, you know what? Like, all right, like from outside looking in, from from day one. I was like, okay, he comes from Notre Dame, and I know Notre Dame is academically a lot more strict than other schools, right?
Yeah.
And it's tough to get Patrick Queens, right? It's tough to get him sometimes, right? Because you can beat a star, but you gotta have the academics as well, right? So
Mhm.
him coming from there, I was thinking, okay, he got to a national championship and a couple playoffs. So I'm like, all right, cool. He did that with no resources. So I'm
Right.
like, you coming to LSU, they got all the resources, everything you can think of. And you got a wealth of talent in the boot. Okay. From
Right.
Rustin to Homer. You got all kind of players that you can
Right.
get. All right. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, yo, he can really do his thing. Right. And then, you start to hear him talk, and then you start to hear some of the things he's doing. And it's like, this ain't working.
Mm-mm.
This
Not at
kind of,
all.
I was like, ooh, we got them. I was
It's-
like,
bro,
I was
I
like,
just it's
like I
just you
said,
you can't recruit like that. Like you can't if you
oh
don't
no,
really truly care about the players and their families and stuff. It's gonna show. Like
It
I
don't matter
guarantee you,
what
if
the
coach.
money you got.
It don't. I guarantee you, if Coach O was the coach, we would have got Bryce Underwood. I guarantee you.
Oh, definitely. He's
oh,
locking
no
that
I
doubt.
down.
guarantee you.
He's locking that down. You're not
Him
losing
sitting
to
behind.
Corey Moore either.
No, you're not losing none of those players. And then you talk about when Nuss got hurt, then you could have seen what he was able to do. And it's just like, um, there's just a lot of stuff we missed out on as a program.
Yeah, and I
But
thought losing Underwood, I thought that was a tough one. I thought
yeah,
that was a tough one because, like I said, LSU's had some pretty good quarterbacks, right?
yeah,
Including Joe Burrow. Like I said, you go back in the day, Rohan Davey.
yeah,
You had a lot of guys, man, that came through there, right? Mettenberger, everything. Like they were tough quarterbacks that played there, right? But y'all ain't never had that boom, that guy. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So I was like, yo, if they get him, it's a wrap for us, man. Shit. I was like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how we gonna do that one because he pretty good.
Yeah.
So, but like I said, I wanted to get into more so about you, man. So you win a national championship, 2019, perfect season, right? So
Mhm.
when did the NFL draft radar start to kick off, either for you or around your circle, right? Or even around the chatter and I guess the LSU reporters and stuff. When did that
Yeah.
start to become a reality?
Um, I think I really wanted to go to the NFL because I was out of school, honestly.
That's
Just
fair.
like taking
That's
finance
fair.
and all that stuff was cool, but it was just tiring and then having to go to practice and study. So you got to study football and you got to study all that stuff. Kind of got to be a lot. So I really would say like probably once we got to the playoffs and you kind of start hearing buzz or you might be second round. That's what's really my like, hey, I got a chance. And then next thing you know, we win the natty. Um, and it's buzz like, hey, you might be able to get into the first. Like you never know. So I took my chance and I went with my parents and talked, and it was just like, hey, like if you feel like you need to come out, come out. Like second round, you're still making way more money than you are in college. Um, so it was. I'm trying to think the exact date. It was like sometime in January after we won the natty, like January 15th or something. I declared, and I was about to declare, and I went up to Coach O's office, and I was talking to Coach O, and I was like, hey, I'm thinking about leaving. And you know what goes on in those meetings and trying to get you to come back and stuff. So I just couldn't find nothing. Bruh, my bad, they got bugs flying all around me and stuff. Um, but it was I was trying to like talk to him and see stuff and trying to get his opinion. And then he was like, all right, let's see what your draft grade is. So they went, got it, and they brought it back. It was a piece of paper, printed on a piece of paper, and it said third or fourth round. And I was like, it can't be. I said, nah, I'm here second round. Maybe he could slide into the first. Like, ain't no way. Um, so he came back again and he was like, "Hey, look, that's the truth." And I remember it was Justin Vincent, not Justin Vincent, Troy Vincent, who
Hmm.
gave the sheet of paper and stuff. So
Okay.
um, that's why I still like sometimes got a bone to pick with him about it. But um, I was just like, man, like I just can't come back. I can't do another fourth quarter in college. I can't go through another off season in college. Like I'm gonna take my chances. I'm gonna go. And coach was like, hey, bro, like I'm trying to get you to come back. Like you can win the buckets next year. You go be a top 5 pick like Devin was. It was just like, but if you go third, fourth round, don't be mad at me. And I was like, at the time I was pissed off, but I was like, now I was looking back, like I kind of respect it because you know he was looking out. But um, it was just at that moment I was just like, man, I'm done with college. Like I ain't trying to come back in. I knew I was good enough to be in the NFL, but the NFL was not really like a goal of mine. Like I never was like, hey, I want to go be a first round pick and all that this and that. I was just playing football because I like the football. Um, and loved it actually, and just everything felt right at the time. And I just took my chances and rolled with it.
All right,
So
all right.
Can't go wrong.
All
yeah,
right, and a follow up after that, right? So you get drafted first round, right? We gotta get into that. My Baltimore Ravens take you, right? So I have to ask, not before, not leaving. We're not there yet. We're not there
yeah.
yet. But we gotta go getting there, right?
Hmm.
You know the history of the Baltimore Ravens, and defense is what kind of the franchise is built on, right? So when they draft you, did you instantly kind of get charged up like, yo, I'm a part of something like crazy? Like, yo, I'm a part of this legendary group of straight defensive monsters. I get
Yeah,
to carry on that legacy. Like, were you charged up for that?
yeah. I was, and the draft is crazy because like they're texting the agent like, hey, we about to take him with this pick. We about to take him with this pick because like I remember the Raiders was like hot. Like everybody was like, "Oh, he's going to the Raiders at pick 17." I was like, "Bro, Vegas." Like, I was like, "Oh, like, nah,
No, he's
I
not
can't
gonna
go.
be
I can't go to the Raiders. Like, I want to win still. Like, I'm used to winning. So I was like, hell no. But you think about 17, you like pick 17, that's fire. Then I remember Miami was a talk, Green Bay was a talk, New Orleans was a talk, and Kansas was a talk. Kansas City. Kansas City was the last pick.
Oh my
So,
god! I'm glad.
I,
Oh my god!
so,
I'm glad. I'm
so I'm like.
glad. Didn't go
I
there,
don't know.
man.
I don't know where I'm gonna land at. So I just remember sitting there and going through all that stuff. Um, and I remember when the Green Bay traded up, and I was like, I looked at my sister. 'Cause that's my sister's favorite team. I looked at my sister. I was like, bro, we about to freaking go to Green Bay. Then it took Jordan Love, so I was like, damn. So I forgot even Baltimore was still drafting, bro. Like, so I remember sitting there and just waiting and waiting, and then the phone rang and said Maryland. I was like, damn, Maryland. So I answered, and it was like, hello, is Eric DeCosta and this and that. Oh, and I just remember just like, damn, I'm going to Baltimore. And like, you just think about Baltimore, you think about watching all the old games, Baltimore versus Pittsburgh. Um, and those games used to be electric. Baltimore versus New England, like those games were always good games. And you just knew about the previous guys on the defense and like especially CJ Mosley and stuff. Just watching him in college and stuff. So it was just like I'm gonna be that guy. Like I'm going in there, I'm about to do what I gotta do, and I'm gonna be that guy. And, you go in there as a rookie, and it's a different game. It's a different atmosphere. As soon as you walk in day one, everything's different as grown men and stuff. So I'm just 20 years old, going in there and stuff. So it was different, and I kind of knew like I was getting into something that was gonna be intense and stuff, especially with them. But that's just the type of person I am. I like to work. I like to go to work and try to get better each and every single day. So it kind of just fit me, and I fit them. So it was a good match.
Hey, like I said,
You ain't lying.
Hey, like I said, coming from a Ravens fan, man, I was very happy, you know what I'm saying, with them drafting you, man, because I was like, yo, we got Rowe. I was like, let's get him a running mate. Because if we got two linebackers that's fast, hey, you ain't running nowhere. You know what I'm saying? You want to go left? Hey, Rowe right there. You want
Bro,
to
it was
go right?
crazy, bro.
you
Bro,
you
that was
want
so crazy.
You want to go right? Patrick Queen right there. Oh, you think you gonna pass? No, you're not. No, you're not.
Bro,
They
we
both
was
can
hooping.
cover everything. I was
Bro, we
like
was
that.
hooping, bro. That was
That's what
football.
I
That was
was.
football.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm telling you, Brandon, that shit was
We
lit.
talked about it. We talked
I
about
was
it.
like,
We've
I
been
was
doing this a
like,
while, bro.
I was like, yo. But like I said, man, then like I said, you're in Pittsburgh now, right?
Mhm.
And it's a tough, like I said, free agency. I feel like it's every player's right to test free agency. I feel like you have to.
Yeah.
Like I said, I get it. You sign with the team, loyalty is a thing, right?
Yeah.
But I just feel personally that there's so many people that have fought and played through not having that right. You know,
Yeah.
stuck in them 360 damn contracts where it's like, hey, you ain't going nowhere. Oh, you want to
Yeah.
leave? You ain't playing. I'm like, damn, that's fucked up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I feel like everybody has the right to test free agency because that's what the game is. You fought for it, might as well enjoy the fruits of the labor that everybody put into it, right?
All right.
So when you go to Pittsburgh, like what was that thought process? You know, like going different place. You know, what was that like?
Man, it was crazy. Before free agency, they had put on the market. You was gonna be like 16, 9, something like that, 18, whatever it was. I can't remember the number. And I had like quoted it with a thumbs down emoji. I was like, nah, I'm not going for that. Um, it might have been lower than that. It might have been 14 or something like that, 15. Anyway, but I get to free agency and it's like you got every single team in the world that you could think about, like, hey, we'd be interested. So I remember Green Bay was like a team
Mm.
that was like the first to reach out. And I was just like, damn, Green Bay, I'm going from cold to colder. So I was like, but I'm down. Like, they got a good team. I would be down. Then that goes away, and then you get all the way into free agency. You get to day 2, and now it's like you talk to Seattle, you talk to Philly, you talk to Carolina, you talk to Tennessee, and you talk to Pittsburgh. And it's a couple teams that's kind of rebuilding, but you got 2 win now teams. So I really was like, if I could get to Philly or Pittsburgh, like I'm gonna be straight. And Philly wouldn't come up off their number. And Pittsburgh was sitting at, a number in between what Carolina was trying to offer and what Philly was offering. So I was just like, man, Pittsburgh is, got a great defense. They got players on offense that could get it done. And they got a good head coach, so why not go there? So, it was a wild 2 days. Like I was furious, but I think it all worked out how it's supposed to, and the stuff that you always hear people talk about free agency and talk about how it's a wild time and stuff, and you don't really know what they mean until you get into it. Like, you try to make a decision for the next few years of your life that's gonna change every single thing. Like your
Mm.
legacy, your family's legacy, like everything that goes into it. Hits you at one time, and you just sit there and you constantly think about that the whole time you're going through free agency. So it's a wild time, and it definitely something that I was not expecting.
All right, no, that's fair, man. That's fair, man. I got one more. I got one more, Brandon. Then
God,
you get that. My bad, man. This is
four, bro. 4 in a row. I might as well talk the whole rest of the time.
my bad, man. Look, I just gotta get because this is a big thing, right?
Yeah,
It's a
I
big thing,
agree.
right? Like I said, it's a big thing. My bad. One more thing, man. So the AFC North as a whole, man. So
Mhm.
like what you like about this division, man? Because like I said, it's a division that's near and dear to my heart. Like I
Mhm.
love it, top to bottom. Even the Browns, they can be terrible, whatever.
Yeah,
But believe it or not, the Ravens and the Browns are connected. All right, we
yeah,
them and they was us, so we connected, right?
yeah,
So it don't matter where you go, that's the division, right? But what's
yeah.
it mean to be in the AFC North, man? Like to be playing in that weather, that atmosphere. Like what's it? What is it?
I think you got to truly love football to be in that division. It's just like you said, the weather, the type of football you're gonna play. Like everybody talk about Cleveland, but Cleveland plays freaking best games in the division. Like sometimes they be right there by the take the division, and things happen. And the Browns be the Browns. But you got Cincinnati over there that play physical every single time you play them. Especially with those guys they got outside, they big body receivers that could do whatever you want them to. And Chase Brown, the back, is a good back that people don't really talk about and stuff, but he's also another one. The offensive line plays physical when we play them. The defensive line plays physical when we play them. You got Baltimore with freaking Henry in the backfield now. I wish we had him when I was there. Um, but it's a division where you gotta love football because it's gonna be a physical game every single time. You might not score that many points. You might get 50 put on you. So um, it's really a division that's you gotta bring your shit. You know. And I think, you ask anybody that who plays in that division, they're gonna tell you the same thing. Like you gotta truly love football to be in that division.
All right, shit, I'm done, Brandon. I'm done. Go ahead.
Cool. Let me open up my Rolodex of questions. No, I'm just playing. But so obviously there's been like a lot of changing.
Mhm.
So you come into the league with Harbaugh, who's a Super Bowl winning head coach. Obviously,
Mhm.
after you leave, he ends up leaving. You go to Pittsburgh, another Super Bowl winning head coach in Tomlin. And now you're coming in with a third Super Bowl winning head coach with McCarthy. But like, what would you say is like the vibe? Because obviously Tomlin's gone now, but like playing
Mhm.
under Harbaugh in Baltimore
Oh shit.
and then
Hold
coming to
on.
play under Tomlin now in Pittsburgh, like, is there like any major differences in the way they operate, the way they go about their business, like the cities? Is it like what's the difference to you?
Yeah, I think Harb is like more of a military minded guy. Like he's like this everything got to be exactly like this, strategic. Like this is how our day gonna go. Sometimes you can get him off his day a little bit and like, hey, we rather do this sometimes. But he's a strictly like military minded guy. Like he loves that type of stuff. But he's a guy, that, I could relate to, and talk to and whatever. He used to come to me and ask me about my opinion on things. But then you go to Pittsburgh where my team is more laid back and chill and like, it's a player driven league and stuff. And we just give y'all the keys to the game, but y'all go out there and y'all perform and do what y'all got to do to be successful. And that's how we all make this thing work. So it's just two different approaches to the game that you got, but two coaches that love to win, love football. Every single day they live and breathe it every single day. Those two guys that will always have you back. And it's just it's crazy to see how it's all changed now. Like my T stepping down and Harv's is in New York now, so it's just that tells you about the division. Like you got to win in the division. It's tough. But that's two great coaches, two guys that really do care about their players. They care about a lot of stuff that goes on around the building. But two totally different approaches to the game.
Can't go wrong with that. I got another two-parter. So, like you said before we got on, you go into year 7. Obviously, time's flown by. You've played against a lot of different guys, different caliber players. The first question is like, is there one person, like, not gonna say you despise playing against, but somebody that's like a mismatch that always gives you fits? And then also they have a question in the comments that said if you could play with anybody that currently plays in the league, who would you opt for?
Ooh, that's tough. Damn.
I
So
mean,
I
to put
wouldn't
you on the
say
spot, bro.
it was a mismatch, but Nick Chubb was that guy. Like before he got hurt that last time in
Bad man.
Pittsburgh, that dude was different. Like you talk about like just he has one running motion, doesn't change it, doesn't do anything, just run straight. Doesn't talk trash, just goes about his work. And he was a baller. Um, that was probably the biggest like task that I ever had to deal with. Um, then who I will play with now? Ooh, that's tough. That's tough.
I mean to
Are
put
we
you on the
talking
spot
defense
enough to
or
be.
offense? Are we talking
Let's
defense
go
or offense?
defense since you play that side of the ball, like somebody you'd want in the trenches with you.
Damn, that's tough. See, my dog Jalen already played with me, so I can't say Jalen. Deshaun, my dog, so I can't say Deshaun because I already played with him. I would probably have to say Derwin James.
Cool. That's my
That's a
I
dog.
would probably have to
bad
say
dude,
Derwin.
That's
bro.
my
I would
dog,
probably have to say
man.
Derwin. Because you
Uh,
Derwin's
think about it,
like,
like everybody gonna go defensive line or something or corner, like shut down corner. But you got a dude that could cover and get in that run fit and blitz and do whatever you need. And about that business, yeah, you got it. I'm gonna take Derwin.
yeah, Derwin one and ones.
he is. And
Yeah.
you were talking about like how important winning was to you. So like coming out of college and winning, you're like, well, I don't want to go to Vegas because I'm not trying to like struggle like that. And like, I don't feel like we ever hear this, but like, how important is winning a Super Bowl to you? Like, is it really like top tier? Because you hear players talk all the time. Some guys like, I just want to get paid. You see stuff with
Mhm.
AJ Brown, and he's like, well, I just want the ball. But like, how important is winning a championship to you personally?
It's really important. You like I got money, I'm set. Like I could step away today and be good for the rest of my life. Like I'm straight. But part of it's like you put so much work in and like your ceiling and how great you could be. But you also go win a Super Bowl. So, you could really, cement your legacy and do things that people probably never done. So it's just for me, like I love winning, like especially like when like what to expect, like just being a linebacker and just knowing the game, like knowing what players coming. Um, it's just it's just something about winning and just being out on the field, giving it your all, and getting the outcome that you wanted. But being able to hold that Super Bowl trophy and just know that you like at the top of the top, that's a feeling that nobody gonna be able to beat. So I want to be able to feel that. I want to be able to experience that and everything that comes with it. Everybody talk about the after parties of the Super Bowl, and stuff. So I want to experience every single thing. I want to experience the season, building up into it. I want to experience playoffs. I want to experience the media before it, that game, the atmosphere of the game, and the after party. Like I want to experience every single thing. I want to experience the parade after. Like it's just so much stuff you think about. And I'm already in year 7, so it's not like I'm just coming into the league. So it's time ticking. But I know I'm still gonna be just getting better. So it's just it's that's the main focus right now is just be able to win.
Hey, man, that's the thing, man. People think like, oh man, the Super Bowl. Like, I think the Super Bowl is one of the hardest things to do. I think professional sports championships anyway are hard to do because it's not just about playing; it's about logistics as well, right?
Mhm.
Because you can be, what I'm saying, like I said yourself, a all pro bowler. You know what I'm saying, doing everything that you need to do, but
Mhm.
if the team is not willing to put the pieces around you, you know,
Yep.
that can hurt your chances just as much as you not playing well.
Yep.
And I just think that's the part people don't really understand sometimes. That they like, oh man, well, he never wins. I was like, well, honestly, have you checked out the team?
Right.
Like it's not all his fault.
It
You
got to
know
be
what
a
I'm saying?
complete team. Like you have to have complete team. Your coaches got to have complete strategy. Like everything has to be complete. Because if it's one weakness, the league gonna find it, and when
Mm.
they find it, you gonna keep seeing it, and it's not gonna stop until you prove it 3 weeks in a row. So you gotta be damn near perfect. Like I done seen it. Like I done been close enough. Like I was one game away from the Super Bowl. So I done seen what it takes. You gotta be perfect. Like each play, like they say, that atmosphere is different, and the one play a game gonna decide a game. I done seen it. Like it's literally like one or two plays that's gonna decide a game.
Yeah, man. Like that.
That's a
That's the
heartbreaker too, getting that close.
Right.
Like
I was
yeah,
and
hurt.
and
man.
to taste it, like that's
Bro, I
gotta
cried.
Yeah.
hurt.
I cried after the game outside the stadium in my car for like 30 minutes. Like
I about
boo-hooing,
imagine.
bro. Like that how much work we put in, how like we just knew we was going, like we knew. We knew.
Yeah, nah, man. Like I said, I was just thinking that too. Like the league moves so fast. You know what I'm saying? So the teams that, like I said, get close or even get there and lose, right?
Mhm.
Like conventional knowledge is just like, man, we good. We be right back, right? But the NFL moves too damn fast. You
Yeah.
could go from champion, runner up, champion to like back of the pack in
You
the
see
off
Kansas
season.
City this year, like Kansas City was just in the Super Bowl. Now they ain't even make the playoffs this year. Like
Yeah, like
it, it,
that
it
that
could
shit
change quick.
moves
It could
that
change
shit
quick.
moves fast. So like a player, like how does a player react to that? Like
Hmm.
you see your goal right there in your
Hmm.
hands, right? And you're expecting your team to make moves, this, right?
Hmm.
How do you react to that, to not seeing the moves that you would like to see?
I feel like at the end of the day, I can only control what I can control.
Hmm.
Does it piss me off sometimes? Yeah. Um, but it's like there's nothing you can do about it. You can't change anything. You could voice your opinion, but that's only gonna make you look like a bad person, like you really don't care, like
Hmm.
but anything. And it's just like, you go in a season with so much hopes and high expectations and stuff, and you just put in all you can into it, and you just expect the same out of the next person that's beside you. So you never feel like nobody's not giving their all or their want to of a preparation and plan. So it's just it's always a hope, like regardless of what we do, like moves wise, like we got a chance. Um, and you get older, and it's just like, man, like you want to make every single move. Like you see the Eagles always retaining and doing this and trading. You see the 49ers do it. You see Baltimore do it. So it's just we Pittsburgh just did it. So it's just like it's just like moves can happen. So it's just like waiting to see like what moves gonna happen, what big moves gonna happen, and just the preparation of just doing everything that you're supposed to do to be able to take care of your business.
That
Yeah.
that's a really good question right there, Cam. That last comment, that's a really good question.
Yeah, yeah. When did the game slow down for you, man?
It's a year about towards the end of year two, going into year three. I think year three during camp, like it really clicked. Um, that I could play. Like I finally got in some good shape. And I could go more than 4 plays without, about to be falling over and stuff. So, um, that's another thing about the game. Like you're not in the college program no more, so they don't have you working 24/7 all day no more. So you got to
Mm,
kind of, keep yourself in shape in the off season. And I learned that the hard way the first 2 years. So my third year, I finally got in game shape, and the better you are in game shape, it's easier for you to think. So now instead of me being tired, worried about like how many plays I got left in practice, I can actually like sit there and practice and play and diagnose stuff and be able to know, hey, this is coming, or hey, I've seen this formation before, but it's not the same pre-snap motion or whatever it may be. Just simple keys like that, and that year three, that's when it finally just clicked, and um, it just took off from there.
Okay, yeah, man. Nah, man. Like I said, I think about a lot, man, because that's kind of how the experience I had kind of in the military, right? Because after basic training, they had us on an eating schedule, they had us on a
Mhm.
workout schedule. You ain't doing this, you ain't doing that. As soon as you got out of basic, it's all you. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And drill sergeant in your ear. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you going to McDonald's after this, right? You know what I'm saying? You going after the work day, like, hey, I'm getting some Chinese food. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? PT only in the morning. Sure, I ain't gonna work out all day. You know what I'm saying? So I
Yeah.
kind of resonate with that a lot. Like,
Yeah.
hey,
You
that
get that little bit
structure
of
is
freedom, you go crazy.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I was like, yo, I'm like, I don't know what to do with myself.
Yeah.
No, but I get that a lot, man. But yeah, man. So like I said, I always want to know the All Pro, man. Like, how did it feel to be an All Pro? Like, I
I
feel
feel
like
great.
that's more important than the
Yeah.
Pro Bowl, in my opinion, because that puts
Yeah,
you
it
at a
definitely is.
higher echelon of your position group, being an All
mhm.
Yeah.
Pro.
Yeah, it felt good. It sucks that I didn't repeat it. Um, especially I felt like, I could have had a spot on it, not this past season, but my first year in Pittsburgh. I dropped I think 5 interceptions my first year in Pittsburgh. So if I catch that, that's a totally
That's
different story. Like
nasty.
we're talking
Oh
about,
man,
s- some stuff that only one person in the league doing at that position. So it pissed me off that I dropped those. But like I said, it feels good, but it sucks that I didn't repeat it. So that's all I'm trying to do now is just get back to that level of play.
that's the mindset though. Trying to get to your best value play. I uh I would say we had another comment. Obviously, you grew up watching players and you want to model your game after certain players. Was there someone like coming out of high school or coming out of LSU that you were like, I really like, I'm studying this guy on film. I want to be like an impact player like that guy.
Yeah.
Anybody come to mind?
So high school, I was a big fan of Cam Chancellor. Like I was a safety.
Two.
Like I loved how he played, like just a physical guy, but he was a ball hawk too. So I just always sat there and watched him, watched Tyron Matthews, watched those guys play football.
That's my
Um,
dog. I love
and you
Tyron.
get, right, he was a dog. So,
Yeah.
but you get to college and strictly linebacker now. So it's like, hey, I gotta watch linebackers. So I remember some of the video guys were like, hey, like your coach required you to watch 3 guys this all season. So first guy I said was Deion Jones, just him being an LSU guy.
Oh
Mm.
God, I love Deion Jones too,
Similar
man.
type of play, like super fast, but still bring a pop. So I sat there and watched him. I asked for Roquan Smith, which was crazy that I ended up playing with him. I asked
Yeah,
for
I
him.
love me some Roquan too, man.
And then the third person, I can never remember the third person I asked for. But after watching Dion, I watched Roquan. Then I went back to watching Dion, and I just watched Dion stuff over and over and over. Um, and it was just crazy. Like I was just like, if I could, be able to diagnose and shoot like that, I'm gonna be just fine. Cause we smaller linebackers, we're not always gonna be the freaking, hey, you gotta 340-pound lineman coming up the block. He was like, block P shed. I'm like, we could do that, but it's not gonna be, consistent the whole game. Like, sometimes we could beat him with a little head bob or something. So just getting a few nuggets from him, watching him play and stuff. Definitely helped me.
Okay. We got another fan question right here, man. What's your plans after football? Like I said, if you retire today, like what are your interests outside of that, outside of football? I say that.
Two totally different routes. I'm either gonna try to get into professional fishing, or I'm gonna be an
Okay.
FBI agent. So I really want to be a field agent. That's what I wanted to do before football. Like before I knew I could be great at it, I wanted to be a field agent. So it's one of those two things.
Okay. Hell, that's tight, man. They got professional fishing. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the Bass Pro thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I see you, bro.
Yeah.
So I'm right. Okay, I'm right on. Okay. Cool, man. So like I said, that'll be my last question, man. But I kind of wanted to pick your brain about like the history of the game.
Mhm.
Like I said, you and Roquan was like one of the best duos I ever seen in the modern era of football, right? Be able to cover these spread offenses and everything. So I want to get your brain, like, what's some duos that you like growing up? Like,
Growing up,
yeah.
duels are like Patrick and Bowman for sure.
Yeah.
We literally just had that conversation
Yeah.
before.
Them dudes about business.
That was
Bobby,
nasty.
Bobby and KJ,
That's what.
Luke and TD.
Yeah.
Shit, damn, that's everybody we said right there.
Yeah.
That was really it. I think it was Deion Jones, and who was on side Deion Jones them couple of years.
In Atlanta.
Yes, dang, bro, I always
Uh,
forget the dude's name.
Oh,
was
you
it
talking about
Witherspoon?
it may have been.
Was it Witherspoon?
Damn, I always
that-
forget his name, bro, and I hate that. But they was slick nice. Like I know nobody ever bring them up, but they was slick nice too.
All right, cool. Yeah, man. Like I said, not Witherspoon, but Bowman and Willis, they was something serious.
That was
I was
different.
like, yeah. Underrated one for me growing up was Shaquille Spikes and London Fletcher and Buffalo.
Yeah,
They ain't get no much love because the Patriots
Yeah.
beating them all the time. But that's fucking cats up.
yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah. So, well, that's my last question. What you got, Brandon?
So we were talking about players that gave you fits earlier, and you brought up a running back. Obviously, Nick Chubb before those knee injuries was explosive. But like you're having to play in pass coverage too. So like 6 years in the league, is there a quarterback that you're going into? It's like, man, like I gotta really be on it.
See, I'm gonna give you a quarterback and receiver.
Okay.
See, when it was Matthew Stafford, Odell, and Cooper Kupp.
Oh, it's true. You were in the league when they were still together, yeah?
Bruh, the year they went to the Super Bowl, we played them. That was my second year in the league.
Oh, man.
Like now, I could be on a slot receiver and like be able to hold my own.
Mm-hmm.
You talk about year two player, and you see Cooper Kupp motion over in the slot, and it's cover two.
Oh, gosh.
You like, I can't let him inside. If he go to the flat, it's kind of, I don't think, was it true? It was either cover two or quarters. I can't remember the exact play, but I remember I can't get beat inside. And he comes off the line of scrimmage, and I like looked at him, and I looked at Matthew Stafford, and Matthew Stafford is like looking dead at me. And I said, in my head, I'm like, damn, like it's about to be on. And I remember looking back at Cooper Kupp, and he gave me like a head fake, and I literally like as soon as he head fake, I went.
Oh,
see, there's a
no.
flash across my face, and he like catches and he goes and he scores. And I remember going back to the sideline, and Marcus was like, "PQ, bro, we just told you they was just about to run it. Like, just stay inside. I got you." And I just remember like that was like the biggest moment, like just waking up and realizing like how good dudes are. And like them two dudes, them three, that was great.
Yeah, Cooper Kupp was absolutely bonkers in 21.
I think that was the year he went Triple Crown too.
Yeah, like
before the injuries.
Yeah, that was fucking nuts. I was like, dude, are you serious? Like damn.
Balling, bro. Balling.
Yeah, that short area quickness is absolutely nuts, man. Like that shit is crazy. Like to go from 0 to 60 like that.
Mm-hmm.
And he was a willing blocker too. Like he'll get in the run game and block too.
And in an era where I feel like receivers really don't want to block anymore, that's harder to see. Out of curiosity, I don't want to keep you that much longer, but like, is there a game you've played so far since being pro, or maybe like a favorite play that you made that really stands out to you that you always go back to? It's like, man, that was a really cool deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I give my top three. My top three would probably be not in any order, but the interception I had versus Joe.
Oh yeah, I bet you was hyped.
I wasn't even supposed to pick that off, but I knew the play, so I just said I'm just gonna go right there anyway. And you can see me and Josh Bonds actually both jumped at the same time for it, so I wasn't even supposed to be right there. So that's probably one of them. I don't know if y'all seen the one we played the Rams my last year in Baltimore, and they ran like a toss to my left, and I like flowed through and ran through a receiver blocking, and then dove off one knee and made the tackle. That was one, and then my third play, oh no, third play gonna be tough because it's between Kansas City game. I had a couple nice tackles for a loss, or Cincinnati game, my fourth year at home. I had a lot of good plays, tackles for losses and stuff. So um, it's out of that. Like the first two plays I named for sure top two, but there's so many other plays that I did good. Like I can't even say. But I had some good plays. I literally had to sit there and go look and be like, this is my final. Like,
gotta get you a highlight tape.
Yeah.
Hey, don't worry. I got you. I've been making them highlights.
Need that.
Yeah, I'll be making them highlights. I'll be like, yo, I like good linebacker play, man. It's fun, man. It's almost like everybody talks about like offensive linemen being poetry in motion.
Linebackers don't get enough respect, especially in this era. I feel like they get overshadowed by corners and edge rushers. Nobody talks about linebackers.
We got like, especially like, because I done been in two different defenses, and what's required of you. And, Baltimore was just like, this y'all position, y'all do what y'all got to do. Like, everybody help each other. With Pittsburgh is like, y'all let the D-line do what they want. Y'all protect them. Then the safeties, like, protect them. And it's like, it's kind of hard to play like that. And, it was just eye-opening to be able to, see the differences and stuff. But that linebacker position, if it's like that in some other places, that's stuff tough. I ain't lying. Like you gotta do every single thing. You gotta be able to play the run, play the pass. No matter what receiver, tight end they got, running back, offensive lineman. You gotta know every single route combination that a team run, all the run plays. You gotta be able to make the calls, line up, get everybody set, get everybody lined up. Which is really, once you get into it, it's not a lot, but from the outside world, it is a lot. Like, everybody always talks about the green dot guy, how he runs things and stuff, but the other linebacker that's on side of him doing the same exact thing that guy doing. So, it's a position that's definitely undervalued. And you can kind of see everybody was searching for him this year because they know, like, you need good linebackers on the team and stuff. So, it's a position that's definitely undervalued.
I feel like it's your anchor that nobody talks about. Like, I feel like 15, 20 years ago, like, we came up in an era of really good linebackers that were, like, the big names. And I feel like now it's kind of like the unsung hero that kind of is like your glue guy that keeps everything together, but nobody wants to talk about it. Everybody's like, oh, well, we got a lockdown corner, or we got this versatile safety, or we've got a Myles Garrett, and he's getting like 20-something, 30 sacks. Like, nobody's talking about linebackers like you, like Fred Warner, like guys like that, that just are that guy,
Yeah. I think it's tough, especially because of how the way Fred freaking plays. Like, it's tough to play like that. Like, it's tough to get 7 forced fumbles in a season and 5 interceptions. Like, that's tough. Like, you balling if you get stuff like that.
He's just always injured, though.
Yeah, like, it's just tough. But I mean, it's just so much that go into the play. Like, I got like, I remember when I first got into the league and I started like getting good, like year 3, year 4, I will always go like tweet about other players and stuff, and just being able to being in that system and being in another system, I just got so much respect for the position now is just like I would never ever talk about another guy in my position. Like it will only be good things because I know what goes into this position. I know it's a lot, especially after playing this season hurt the whole season. It's tough. It's tough. It's a mind test. It's a body test. It's everything that you could think of at that position. We deal with it all. So I know what guys go through at that position, and it's tough.
So you like like I said, this has been my last question, but this is the last one. So you like the 3-4 or the 4-3?
Me personally, I can play whatever. I don't give a- You can give me a responsibility and say, hey, we running this and we running this and we running this. This is how I want this to be run. I'm gonna be good with whatever. I just feel like me as a person, as a football lover and knowing football, like I'm gonna be good with whatever because I understand plays I can read and diagnose. Like I'm gonna be straight. But that 3-4, it just depends on who's on your team too.
Personnel.
Yeah, like I think if you got the Miles Garrett and all that stuff, you can run 4-3. You could get away with that.
Yeah.
3-4, you gotta have
You gotta have some dogs at linebacker.
You gotta have some dogs.
You gotta have some dogs on the line first because you gotta have your line. You gotta have somebody to
be a little more clean.
Yeah, you want your linebackers to be almost clean. Yeah. Dirt should come from making tackles.
Because when you're in that 3-4, but you got a lot of zone schemes and misdirection stuff, so it's kind of tough because they trying to get the lineman up and get on you right now. Whereas you're in a 4-3, them D linemen getting off the ball, they trying to penetrate and cause havoc. So that's when you get more your gap schemes, like your whams, your counters and stuff, like just to be able to try to throw those guys off. So it really depends. Like I love gap schemes in the 3-4 because like exactly how every block has to happen. And I know if I could get to this gap before you climb off this double team, like it's a wrap. Like you're not getting to me. So it's a lot of tells in a game with formations and stuff. And I think either defense I'll be straight in, but I love gap schemes. And you don't get gap schemes that much in a 3-4 defense, but when you do, you got some fun with them.
Like I said, Brandon know how I love that 3-4, man. Like I said, I love it. I love having the ability to morph it into whatever other defense you want to do. Right? I can take it and go 3-3-5. I can take it and go 4-2-5. I can do whatever, right? But I love the fact that I can have a Patrick Queen, right? That's really fast. Pair him with another guy that's really fast. And then I can put two fast dudes out there. And then I do fucking stunts. I can zone blitz up out of there. You know what I'm saying? Peekaboo. You know what I'm saying? I got somebody coming out of there. Like, I love that shit, man.
And that's the biggest thing. I think, like, you look at Mike McDonald and go listen to him talk and stuff, like, just being able to play under him and, pick his brain and see what he always be thinking. And you can kind of see, like, bro, like, he'll create a 5-1 quick. Like, if you a DB and he know you could get down and dirty, he gonna put you on that line of scrimmage. You could be a DB that way 180. He putting you on that line of scrimmage. So he gonna create his looks and stuff. So I mean, especially when you got a coach like that, if your coach will scheme you guys, like you could create some havoc. Like you could bounce around from the 3-4 to the 3-3-5 to the freaking 5-1. Like you could just keep Rolodexing through that, and you do that to offense. The offense don't want to see that the whole game.
Real, man. Shit.
Okay, so we got one more question. Well, we got one person said you're their favorite player, brother. So that's always a good thing. And looks like the last question of the day is, how important is your faith while navigating the game and life?
Yeah, I think that's really important now. I always was a believer, but I think like the last couple of years, it's just really been steady in my life, especially with my parents. It's just, I think it's something that until you go through something, you really never get to, like, you don't have the test to be able to, like, grow your faith and your patience and stuff. And I think with just like the recent years and everything I've been through and, still go through, it's a constant battle every single day. But I think, you just got to stay rooted in your faith. Just know it always works out. Like I'm a person, I don't trip, but when I do trip, I spaz. But I kind of been getting out of that and just trying to know like it's always gonna be all right. Like just have faith, just trust him. He either gonna give you a test or he gonna get you out of whatever you're going through, if that is a test already. It don't last forever. And I think just, living that every single day, and just growing in my faith and understanding what's right and what's wrong. And just, get out of old ways and old habits and that's sinful and stuff, just leaving all that stuff behind and just trying to become a better person. Um, I think the biggest thing for me now is like trying to stop cursing. Like every now and then, I curse. And, I don't even think twice about it. Then I go back and I think I'll be riding in my truck or something or whatever I'm doing throughout the day. And I'm like thinking back, like, damn, did I just really curse like that? And it's just like, you constantly go through that all day, try to be better with it and stuff. And it's just a constant battle. I try to be better. So it's definitely, you know, everyday battle trying to be, I won't say good enough because, we all good enough we all believe and that stuff. But I think it's just trying to be better, better than he was the day before, try not to repeat the same patterns. And I forgot what scripture that is. It says about like the whole when you sin but you do it anyway again, knowing that God, it's something I can't remember, but it's something like that, and just knowing like don't repeat the same thing. Like that's another like football. They always say
Don't be
be an error repeater.
stagnant. Don't be stagnant.
Yeah,
Be proactive. Like you're
yep,
doing what you don't want to do, but you don't want to do what you want to do.
yep,
Hmm.
exactly. So I think that's the biggest thing with it. So it's just I'm growing in it every single day and I'm getting better. So um, it's definitely a strong point in my life, and I think I'm at the highest point of being connected. So
And that's something I can respect because I feel like, and I don't want to hold you up much longer though. I know you got stuff you want to do. I feel like, especially with the way society is now, especially with the
mm,
league, with all the money and social media, I feel like it's really easy probably for a player, whether they come from money or not, to really get
mm,
lost in all of those things and kind of lose sight of what's important, and getting caught up in things they have no business being in. So being able to hear like a humble and like honest answer there, like that means a lot because it gives hope that, not everybody loses themselves in that.
yeah. I think it's a lot. If you from the outside looking in, it's probably like I know people probably feel like athletes are like this crazy, um, you know, wild, pitcher, but there's a lot of good dudes. Like your team, most teams is like 90% good dudes, like good Christian dudes. Like you got a few knuckleheads here and there, but it's either just because they don't know no better or they're just living life and and they still believe, but they just got a certain way that they go about their business and stuff. So it's just everybody's different. That's another thing. We all human, so um, it's really tough to say like you can't be always judging people. Like
Hmm.
um, it's a lot. I just hate that picture that NFL players are the crazy guys and the wild guys. Like there's a lot of good dudes in the league.
Yeah, that's why we here, man. We just try to be fair, man. Like we don't really, we just like football, man. Like we
Yep.
love talking about it. We like getting into the weeds and things like that. That's why we stay away from like the shock stuff. You know what I'm saying? Players
Yep.
that got legal stuff going on and stuff like that. We don't really like doing that because it's
Yep.
not fun. Like I said,
Right.
y'all already hear that all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Oh man, Patrick Queen sucks. Yeah, you hear that all day. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Who wanna keep hearing that? You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That's
Right.
why we enjoy just talking about football, man. We try to keep it strictly ball, right? You know what
Yep.
I'm saying? Hey, dude make a tackle, dude miss a tackle. We keep it straight on the field, man. And as we like doing that, because we hate hearing it on all these big old platforms and stuff. And I'm like, dude, you got a million people watching you, bro. Like,
Yep.
why shit on somebody? You know what
Yep.
I'm saying? Why? Like you could use that to uplift somebody that may be having a bad day, right?
Yep.
He done seen 10 comments that he sucked, right? He
Yep.
go
Just
on
be that one.
TV, he be
Hmm.
on TV and you see people saying, oh, he sucked. You're like, well, damn, that you know what I'm saying? So we just like to be different here, man. So we've given you a great experience, man. Um,
Most definitely.
so we appreciate it, man.
Yep. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah, man. But that's it. That's all I got, man. What you got? You got anything, Brandon?
I just
Anything?
want to say thank you, man. Like we try to we like it's already hard enough to get somebody on here. Like we've had
Yeah.
our fair share of ups and downs, but I think the root of it is we want to shed light on the things that you guys go through, whether it's high school, college, the draft, the ups, the downs, the money, the struggles, because we want people to be able to understand you guys and not rush to stuff like that. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, it's a game. We play because we love it. We talk about it because we love it. We're not trying to drag anybody either. We're not all about flashy headlines, cussing, doing all this crazy stuff. At the end of the day, we just want some insight. We want to know what you guys go through. We want to know the ins and outs, and that's really all it's about, you know.
Yep.
So we're just really, really appreciative, brother. I know you got a lot. I know you fishing 24/7. You know, you're not really working out, or the season ain't time yet. So I know you're just trying to enjoy that free time. So
that's all good. I'm about to go fishing right now. Night fishing.
Oh,
Oh yeah, that's stuff, man.
the mosquitoes ain't nothing nice though, bro. I know they. Because where you at again? You're in
Louisiana.
Where you at again? Like where in Louisiana?
New Roads.
Okay. See, I'm in Lafayette, so that's not that bad.
Yeah. Right by you.
The mosquitoes ain't nice, bro.
Shoot, I'm in Texas.
Not at all.
I'm in Texas. And
they still bad out there too.
Yeah, them scorpions is out. I'm like, yo, I'm like a
that's
scorpion.
a different problem.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, scorpion. I've never seen no damn scorpion. I'm like, get out of here.
I don't want no problems with that.
Me neither, dog.
But we do really appreciate you, brother, and we hope you have a really good season in Pittsburgh. You know, you got McCarthy coming in, waiting to see if Rodgers is going to come back. So we really hope the best for you, bro. Hope you can recoup those injuries and have a career high year.
Yeah, appreciate y'all.
Yes, sir. Anytime, man.
Yeah, I catch y'all. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Right, you have a good rest of your night, bro.
Y'all too. Later. Okay. There we go. Well, for all of our audio listeners, that is a wrap. The man has left the building.
Yeah, right on, man. Right on. That was fun, dog.
Cam was on a roll. He's like, nah, F you and your questions. I got 80 of them.
Nah, man, I got questions, dog. You know what I'm saying? I was prepared, man. I wrote notes.
I didn't need those. I had an idea, but you hit on a few of mine. So I'm sitting there brainstorming. I'm like, I got to go dig to the back of the Rolodex.
Yeah, nah, man. I was like, yo.
But chilling. That is by far the best experience because, like he said, like everybody looks at players and like, oh, they're crazy and they got baby mamas and they got this and they got that. And, you know, it's good to get a perspective of somebody that, you know, not perfect. Nobody's perfect, but you know what I mean? Humble beginnings, work really hard, win a national championship, get drafted in the first round when you told you're not gonna. You have a good career in Baltimore, and then you get a nice contract in Pittsburgh, and you know you're trying to win a Super Bowl. You know, you hear a lot of people say how much they want to win, but it was cool to hear how he explained, like, no, I really want to, you know, get a chip. So
no, that was cool, man. Like I said, I like how open he was to, you know, leaving Baltimore and going to Pittsburgh, but also understanding the importance of the AFC North, man. Like loving that part of it, you know. So I like that shit, man. Like I said, I wasn't gonna be shying away from no questions, man. You know what I'm saying? I like asking those type of questions, right? Not getting into like the whole fan thing. It's like, oh, I hate you. Why'd you leave? You know what I'm saying? I don't want to do that part of it, but I do want to know, like, you know what I'm saying? Explain, like, yo, hey, I understand free agency anyway because I think every player should test it, right? But also just want to know, like, yo, all right, what is you know, what was that like? You know what I'm saying? Choosing to go to the rival, right? But also courting offers from other teams, right? So it was cool that he got into it.
The fact that there was interest from Philadelphia, they just didn't have the dollar amount he was looking for. Imagine that. and then we're talking about drafting, and you hear the Chiefs name, and they're like, no, don't do that.
No, they already got
OP, bro. That's not fair.
Yeah, that's not fair at all, man.
And then, like, I don't know, it's just crazy. Shout out to the 115 live people watching, by the way. Y'all are freaking awesome.
Yeah, we got a shit ton. We should have.
And we had a bunch of comments, and I'm getting texts, hey, y'all reading the chat? Look, for anybody watching, like, it's not that we're not reading the chat, but, like, we want to be, like, considerate of, like, our guest. So we don't want to, like, bombard him all at once. We kind of just want to ease him into it, let him just talk. And that's why, like,
man.
as time went on, we started bringing up comments to where it wasn't like, hey, yo, Pat, what about this? What about this? Because that's not a fun experience. Like, let him chill. He look, at the kindness of this man's heart, outside with the mosquitoes, about to go fishing at almost 9 o'clock at night. And he's sitting there with AirPods in his ears, having the kindness to talk to us. So I didn't want to bombard him.
Like, yeah, man. Like, look, we want y'all to ask y'all questions. We do, man. But we also gotta keep it going and smooth because it's an interview.
And we have questions we've been planning to ask for like the last 2 weeks.
We as y'all who watch football, man, there's a script as you start the game. Okay. So we got a script that we follow to start the game. Okay. After that, then we can get into those fan questions. All right, man. So don't be in here talking about y'all don't ever read the chat. I'm like, nah, man.
If
You just can't be like, oh man, what's this or
what's that?
Or
if it's just me and him talking, there are times that we'll go through the chat for like a while and just talk. Or if it's like a big thing, we're like, okay, we'll push that to the last. But like, you gotta understand. Like he said, I hope you guys don't take that personal, but like this is like the biggest show we've ever had in almost 3 years. Like we've had a radio host, we've had a former NFL player, we've had a high school head coach. This guy is currently playing in the league. Guy's an all-pro linebacker, national championship winning linebacker. Guys played with some of the biggest names in the league, a la Joe Burrow, Jefferson, Chase, all these like. And I don't really feel like he gets his shine. So him being able to come on here, want him to get his shine, want him to get his recognition. That's why Cam asked him about, man, like you're a Pro Bowler, but like, what does it feel like to be an All-Pro? Like, what did it feel like winning a national championship? And that's why I asked him, like, what does it mean to you win a Super Bowl? Because we want to know how you feel. You know, everybody sees everybody else, but like, we want you to be in the spotlight, you know? So we don't want to just hit him with all this random stuff. No, it's not that. But we want to get to the real meat and potatoes first. And then we can kind of roll through some of you guys' questions. It's nothing personal, but like it's took us almost 3 years to get to this point. So, you know, this is very, very important.
Yeah, man. So like I said, next Sunday it'll be all about y'all. Okay. So
it will be. You know, next Sunday we get next Sunday we don't have anybody else come on, then I think we might be able to do a mock draft next week.
All right.
Because I mean, the draft is the 23rd, so mark your calendars because it's gonna be a live NFL draft super show, just like last year.
Yeah,
that was ass last year. It was so long. That was like a 4-hour plus stream.
Yeah, man. That's only because they had all them damn commercials.
Oh man, the commercials, and then like it felt like everybody after like pick 10 was like waiting till the last second to draft, and I'm like, bro.
I'm like, y'all had all off season to figure this shit out.
You can't be like the Jets and let the clock run out. Like, come on, bro. Like we trying to get somewhere.
Yeah, that was terrible.
But one of the nicest guys, bro. Like, look, I give Cam shit. I give Cam crap because he freaking dipped Baltimore and he went to Pittsburgh. But what a nice freaking guy. Down to earth guy. Like, let's see. It's a really underrated. He ain't the green dot for no reason, boys. He's good, bro. There's a reason why Cam took that one to heart when he dipped out and went to Pittsburgh. Like,
yeah, bro.
Guy's good. He was big on Roquan.
Man, him and Roquan Smith was that's why he said, man, we was hooping. They was out there.
But you know what's crazy? When he starts listing linebacker duos, the first three he lists are all the ones that me and you said, literally word for word in the same order.
Yeah, so that means he be watching, bro. I mean, he be watching football just like us, man. So
but a regular dude. So like for you guys to think that like all these NFL players are all commercial and it's all about diamonds and it's all about the girls and it's all about this. Nah, you heard him. The dude's been recouping an injury. He ain't working out. He out there fishing at 9 o'clock at night. He hanging out, bro. He a couple hours away from me. Like
dude is like, he regular dude. He like
he's from the boonies, bro. He's country.
Knuckleheads out there that worry about the diamonds and the girls, right? But that's okay because, like I said, you live in life. If that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do, right?
Just don't piss through your money and have to sell your Super Bowl ring. Don't do that.
Yeah, no, we ain't doing that shit.
Because man, I think I seen Plaxico sold his like 6 months ago, which sucked because that's such an iconic freaking player in a game and then I think did Odell sell a Super Bowl ring recently? I think he did.
Fuck no, man.
That sucks. Moral of the story, be careful with finances.
Yeah, dog. Fuck no. We ain't doing that, dog. Nah, that's
like the one untouchable thing. It's like I'll work too damn hard.
I would work if I was like that, I would work at fucking Staples or Costco's before a motherfucker sell the Super Bowl ring.
Like that's like this. I feel like because like I don't want to go too off the deep end, but I'm like almost anything else is like replaceable. But like that, bro, I'm sorry, I work too damn hard.
Yeah, that's like
man, I don't even care if I'm a freaking bench player. Look, dog, that's a Super Bowl ring.
Yeah, nah, man.
Like World Series is cool, NBA Finals is cool, but a Super Bowl, it's a Super Bowl, bro.
Yeah, man, that's
like
like
it's a Super Bowl.
Like that's like you know that's like selling my PS2, bro. I can't do it. Like, nah, man, think about it though, right? Like, not really comparing. But I'm not really comparing them, but it kind of are.
But it has the level of sentimental value. A Super Bowl,
yeah, like
because of all the work. I get it.
This motherfucker through how many different generations of games that we done had, and I still enjoy this motherfucker, right? More than I enjoy the generation we in now.
Cam said, when I started working, everybody was worried about paying for this and that. He's like, all I was worried about was memory cards.
Yeah, man. I was worried about shit. I got that first paycheck, bro. I was like, oh shit.
I'm getting the big memory card.
Man, I'm about to get that 58 gigabyte. That's what I'm
gonna be set. I'm about to be set for a hot minute.
I'm about to, man, you know how many draft classes I'm gonna save.
Kids nowadays will never understand that struggle.
Shit,
like nowadays, you just have an external. Nowadays, you just have an external hard drive. Back then, bro, boy, look, if you didn't have enough space, or if you lost that, or if you had that one memory card that you forgot, yeah, I got one like that too.
Yeah,
I think Andrea gave me one like that.
You know how many games, how many draft classes I can save on this motherfucker right here, bro? Clowning, dog, clowning. I could play them games forever. That's why I can't. I would sell every other game I had, bro, if I had to, but I'm not selling the PS2.
But from first hearing that, I'm like, Super Bowl ring to PlayStation 2. That's a hell of a contrast.
That Super Bowl.
He's like, look, bro, dude, I got like 500 years of draft classes in that game on this console. Yes, it's the Super Bowl ring.
I mean, Super Bowl rings are, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Super Bowl rings I done won on that motherfucker. Shit. Motherfucker not finna sell that shit, man. I can take that shit anywhere, bro. Fuck Wi-Fi. Do I need Wi-Fi? Hell no. I don't need to do that.
And we were talking about him in Pittsburgh. You seen the number that Aaron Rodgers is supposedly looking for annually? Like $30 million. Like, are you freaking nuts? Just let Will Howard play for all that.
Yeah, bro. Just
$30 million, Cam.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, made the playoffs. That's cool. Right? You can make the playoffs, whatever. Man. But it ain't like you made the biggest run.
No, it's not like you win the AFC Championship game.
Yeah, like, oh, you know what I'm saying? I want $30 million. Bro, you like 42, man.
You're not Tom Brady at that age.
Yeah, bro. And even Tom Brady wasn't crazy enough to ask for 30.
Even when he was 44 and threw for like 5,000 yards, he wasn't asking for that.
And honestly, he could have.
He could have. They would have gave it to him.
And they would have gave it to him. But he's not stupid enough to do that. And that's the whole problem with Aaron Rodgers, man. You know what I'm saying? I love the guy. He's a Hall of Famer, man. But that's the problem, man. You want all of that money, but you're not
getting the results.
The results, exactly, man. How good is he? And how many Super Bowls does he have?
And that goes into what Pat was talking about with the draft process. He thought Green Bay was going to take him. You remember watching that draft? And Green Bay drafted Jordan Love, and I'm pretty sure me and you would have been looking at each other like, yo, what the hell? And then Aaron Rodgers goes on like back-to-back years of winning MVPs, you know?
No, and I was okay with that, right? I was okay with them preparing for the future, right? You have to. He not gonna play
But I
for.
felt like there was a drop-off in communication there. Like, he had no idea that they were going to do that.
Well, I mean, here's the thing, bro.
And I mean, when Favre was in Green Bay, I feel like he had a hunch that was going to happen.
Yeah, but I mean, you gotta be. But that's the thing. You gotta be real with yourself, man. You gotta know I ain't gonna play forever. And if they take a quarterback, that just mean that they preparing for the future, right? And okay, I'm not one. I don't like the fact that people be like, "Oh, I'm not gonna help them take my job." No, but what you should do is prepare the young fella for being a professional quarterback. All right, I ain't
That's the
telling you to
mentality now, though.
I ain't telling you to teach him this and that, right?
Just lead by example.
Yeah,
That's
but
all.
be like, hey, I ain't gonna hold your hand. Just keep it a
Just
buck, just like
watch.
this.
Just watch
I'm
and learn.
not I'm not gonna hold your hand. But if you want to know how to play and be a professional, watch me.
Yeah.
And then leave it at that. That's it. Ronnie Lott said it best, man. Like the simplest lessons can be taught by the simplest things,
It's
right?
about what you're doing. Like, that's
Like,
like people talk about Breeze. People would always say Breeze is always before everybody, and he's always the last one to leave every day. And people
man,
always talk about like like not gonna say tradition, but like his mannerisms and how you go about your business, how you lead by example, and all. That's the things that you should be doing in that situation. You don't have to freaking teach them, no, but just lead. That's all. You just keep doing business as
yeah,
usual.
man. Ronnie Lott told him he came to training camp and he asked dude for a pencil. And dude said, no. If you want to be a professional, you're gonna bring a pencil, right? And you would think like, oh, that's fucked up, right? But
No,
no,
you got to
that's
teach them
let's
responsibility.
be prepared.
Yeah,
So there you go. There you go. That was that's like I said, man. I enjoyed it, man. Shit was fun, man.
it was best one yet. They've gotten better and better, every single one. But hopefully, this opens the door to other guys and other doors and opportunities. That's what hoping for, you know.
Oh yeah, man. Don't worry about that. We'll keep growing, man. Put this shit out there in the algorithm, man, and we'll be all right, man. We just keep pushing this motherfucker, and we see where it
Views have
goes.
been really good, 118 right now.
Yeah, no, we straight. We straight. We
A
gonna,
lot of comments, so that's good.
like I said, we gonna keep on rolling, and we're gonna keep on growing, man. Like I said, the road to 50,000 is gonna keep on growing, and we gonna keep on doing it, man. We're gonna be all right, man. But shit. Like I said, man, Campus Legends is out now. Check it out, man. Like I said, you know
It's
what I'm
just
saying?
that's nice.
Yeah, we gonna
Damn it! I think I downloaded damn near every song off of that one.
that told you
On my playlist.
that shit a banger, ain't it? That shit is a banger, right? Like I said, man. Like I said it was kind of late on the promotion and shit like that because it's been
It's
out
good
since,
though.
like I said, it's been out since March like 17th or some shit like that. So, but like I said, I appreciate everybody. Like I said, that's already got almost 500 streams already. So,
Fire.
like I said, that's pretty good. Like I said, that's only been like I said a little bit. So, I appreciate that, man. Like I said, we got another project coming out April 3rd. It's coming out, like I said, it's late promotion for
That's
me.
literally in a couple of days.
Yeah, like I said, it's a late promotion. But like I said, that just came out on the 17th, and I ain't really promoted like that until
It's
I
good
came
though. It's
back.
probably one of the better ones,
Yeah,
to
so
be honest with you. In
yeah,
my
so
opinion. They're all good, but that's one of my favorites, I'll probably say.
yeah, so I mean, like I said, got another one coming out April. Like I said, we're gonna keep on rolling with this music, man. Like I said, just kind of really, I got fucked up the dates in my opinion. Like I said, this should have been a little bit closer to like earlier March than anything. But I was trying to keep my thing going on like special days throughout 2026, should I say? Like I said, New Year's, was 100 receptions. Martin Luther King Day was something else. And then Game of Inches was my birthday. Like I said, then my mom's birthday, I just dropped this little bitty ass project or whatever, right? So I'm trying to keep special days with it, right? So, like I said, the album comes out April 3rd. So that's my oldest daughter's birthday. So, like I
How old
said,
is she now, Cam?
she is about to be 11, I think.
So yeah, she's like this almost the same age as mine. He turns 11 in August.
Yeah, man. See, you'd be like, you don't know how old your kids are, man. These motherfuckers grow so fast. Like yesterday.
Mine's 10, almost 11, and he's already like already 5 feet tall, and I'm like pretty much like 6 feet tall. So figure where that's gonna be. And he want to play, and he wants to play receiver, and I'm like, man, you keep growing, you get to like 6'2", bro. We might be in business, bro.
You might be in basketball, my man.
His hands are getting good, and he can throw a nice ball when he actually takes the time to throw it right. He can throw a nice ball, so we'll see.
Yeah, like man, kids be growing up too fast, man. I be
Dude's already like in a 7.5 shoe. God damn.
bro. Like I said, my son is like about to be 6 this year. I'm like, yo,
Where time went?
fuck?
The one that almost broke your nose.
Yeah, and still's bacon. he been on this fruit tear, bro. Like, yo, dude got like 3 bags of grapes, man. Like,
Hey, but that's good though. That's good.
Like,
that's
but
good.
I mean,
though.
like, yo,
But he murking it though.
Murking the grapes.
He blowing all the fruit.
Murking the bananas, the strawberries.
Hey, could be worse.
My mom had some blueberries, man. Like he got those. I mean, the apples, right? Dude threw a whole temper tantrum because we gave him every fruit except for the apple.
I mess with apples though.
Yeah, I do too, man. But yo, really? You already got like a platter.
He's like, yo, bro, I want the full experience, bro.
Yeah,
Depending on what apples you got him, I'd probably be pissed off too.
Yeah, man. Like, yo. I'm like, you tripping now, man.
Hey, you remember playing sports, bro? You remember being in high school and you're going through the week and you get to Thursday, which is walkthrough day. Coach is always like, boy, you better eat them bananas today and tomorrow, bro. You better eat them bananas. You're going to be cramping. You better eat them bananas, bro. You're going to feel it tomorrow if you don't. You're going to cramp out. We got to pull you out of the game.
Like, that shit was real, though. But hey, that's my little fella, man. But like I said, daughter's about to be old, man. She about to be old, man.
And she 11 going on 30.
Yeah. So I'm like, hey, whatever, bro. Like I said, she grown a clock. Man. That's what I call it. Grown a clock. Old. Yeah.
Like I'm saying you, but we're the same age. That's okay.
Yeah, I had some gray hair right here, bro. It's like 3 of them.
Look, you see this? You see all this? Yeah, I go in the room and she's like, yeah, that's my masterpiece.
I'm like, you know what?
Well, you know what? You're right. Yeah, you're right.
Like
that's them stress grades, bro.
Yeah, man. I'm sitting there like, dog, man. That's why I be bald.
That's
bro.
why you see what happened was.
Like you ain't about to see what you put me through.
No, you're not.
Nah,
Slick Rick,
bald, boy. I mean, bald, man. I like it.
I gotta imagine that's pretty stress free. Cause I always told her, if this start going back, like it's gone. She's like, no, you're not. And I'm like, yes, I am. I ain't gotta pay for haircuts no more. I can just straight freaking shave that.
What's that fucking commercial with fucking Frank Thomas, man? The new Genix commercial, right? Yeah, and be like, oh, he's like, you'll like it, and she'll like it too. Trust me, bro. You go bald, she gonna like that shit.
That's a quick.
Yeah, we're not gonna go there. Just take my word for it. Just take my word for it.
I guess we're gonna find out.
Motherfucker, you gonna be hooty hoo. What Robert Downey Jr. saying? Tropic Thunder, peekaboo. I see you.
Bruh, that's a whole meme. That whole movie, bro.
Oh my
Oh
god,
my
that shit
god,
was
that movie would
hilarious.
not fly nowadays.
That shit was
Dude
hilarious.
says,
Bro.
"What you talking about, you people? What you talking about, you people?
He's like, yeah, man.
You can never go full retard."
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You got a special someone. Yeah, Lance. Yeah, Lance. Lance, what the fuck did I just hear? No, I said Lance. Nah, man, you definitely said Lance. He's like, man.
Oh man, bro! Like now I want to go watch that. Like I feel like I'm gonna lose brain cells watching it, but it's worth it. The movie's so fun. Like that movie would never go nowadays. They would have got canceled so quick.
Yeah, they be hating.
It would have been like that movie with Rogan and Franco. It was in the movies for like a week, and they freaking pulled it and put it on Netflix right after the interview or whatever. It would have been like that. They would have pulled that movie so quick. Dog.
Man, they be hating, bro. But shit, man, that's all I got, man. Like I said, y'all be on the lookout. Y'all be on the lookout for that next project, man. Like I said, it's gonna be cool. Be a little bit of space between this one and the next one, so y'all can enjoy, like I said, Campus Legends, man, and then y'all can enjoy this next one, man. Gridiron Electricity, man. It's a new sound I'm working on, man. Like I said, y'all might. Some people like the electronica.
Maybe he's gonna go into his Skrillex bag.
Nah, Skrillex, man. That's a little hardcore, man. Save the Skrillex for the May release. Because the May release is more up the Skrillex Metallica type deal.
That's two polar opposites, but yeah, they're both pretty crazy.
I mean, I'm just telling you, man. Like, maybe it's more
because Skrillex is more techno, fast, high beat. Because you remember, for instance, you remember that song with A$AP Rocky when we was in high school? It was like "Wild for the Night," and then it starts out like slow, like Scott slowed it. I forget the freaking. They slow it down, and then he comes in. It's like like is that freaking fast, like techno kind of.
Okay, so I'm thinking something else about.
Yeah, Skrillex is like that fast, like no words, like techno kind of music.
So like Daft Punk almost.
Something like that. It's pretty fast. I don't really mess with that kind of music, but I do remember that song.
Shit, you only gonna save like 3 songs off of this one. You're gonna say like 3 songs off of this one. Nah, but I'm just experimenting with some shit, man.
Andrew.
Right on, man. Right on, Andrew. But yeah, man. Nah, but I'm just fucking around with some shit though. Like I said, I kind of actually started planning out 27, honestly.
For someone that act like they weren't gonna make no more music, and I convinced you to keep going.
Yeah, you did. I was gonna stop. Literally, I was gonna stop after June. What's up, Mom? Jesus. All right, man. You can take us out, man.
You good? So, hey, shout out to the 126 live people watching right now, man. Thank you guys for all the great support. Shout out to Wendy and Andrew for all the love on the video. Shout out some of these comments, man. Shout out to the Key Man. Shout out to our boy Terry. Shout out to my wife. Shout out to Wendy. Shout out to It's Young Juvie. Shout out to Tizzle. Shout out to Andrew, man. Shout out to you guys, man. So if you do like college football and NFL content daily, every single day, 365 days a year, make sure to like the video, subscribe across all major platforms, man. It really helps with the algorithm. Trying to get to 200 million lifetime views before the end of this year, as well as 50,000 subscribers, man. But we can't get there without you guys. So we really do appreciate it, man. Next week, as long as we don't have any other special guests, getting to some NFL draft, probably do a mock draft next week, our first mock draft of the year. And also, the NFL draft is Thursday, April 23rd, I think 7 p.m. Central Time. We'll do an NFL draft super show like we did last year, probably like a 3-4 hour stream. So make sure to check us out there as well. But oh crap, where's the outro? There we go. We appreciate you guys. We'll see you guys same time, same place next week, man. Love you guys. We'll see y'all soon and have a great day.